everybody. I'm Dolany, this is Drunkenshoe, and we are going to show you Mages of Mystralia. Any percent. So I'm going to give you a countdown, and then we start. 3, 2, 1, go.
Want to say something about the game for like a minute?
Yeah, we start with a 1 minute and 20-second cutscene, which makes no sense at the end of the game because
You skip literally everything.
Yes.
Or like almost everything, because we have a lot of stuff that we can do. And one thing that he's gonna do after the cutscene is skipping another cutscene by interrupting the trigger, and he can do that in several ways. But this time he's just gonna pause on at the right time, and that just interrupts the cutscene once. And he's gonna do that later again in the tutorial, and then the rest is pretty much casual playthrough until the end of the tutorial.
Yeah, it may take some time, some tries, but
the first one can be done several times, but the second one has to be done in one try.
So yeah, this game basically you could describe it as Magicka meets Legend of Zelda. You have a spellcrafting system, which we are going to use to some extent, and you have to clear dungeons. I got it first.
Skip the cutscene. That's like 30 seconds. I'm not really sure, but around that time, because that guy is like your mentor and he wants to talk to you and explain that you're a mage, but we don't care. We just want to go.
We're gonna go fast. So yeah, we got this game down to only this estimate, only the last half year. Shoutouts to the community for that.
Oh yeah, Turoth King and Curry Bro helped a lot in finding all these glitches that made this very fast. Oh, and he got this one as well. This is the more important one, but so yeah, that's nice.
You usually in attempts reset for these bows?
Oh yeah, the time is that low that we have to actually reset for both of them, otherwise you're not gonna get a good time anymore. But yeah, the rest of this is just tutorial, literally just teaching you the base mechanics.
Yeah, there are 4 spells, and we just got the first. Yeah, you can explain it.
We have 4 spells. One is the melee attack, basically. The second one is later on your ranged attack, but it's still melee at first because we don't have the rune that makes it ranged. Then we have one that makes platforms, and one that casts on yourself, which is a shield at first, and later it turns into a dash, which makes us go even faster, hopefully. But first we don't have that rune, so we basically are stuck on melee range and can only run.
Yeah, this spell is also the reason why you should play on controller, because there's a key binding that's only there on controller for some reason.
Oh yeah, the standstill binding, so you can aim your spell without moving.
Yeah, and that's actually pretty useful for movement later. You're gonna see that. This is the actor spell, like he talked about, the one that gets ranged.
And now, soon, in like 20 seconds, a skip is coming up. That's very weird. You can set void points by dropping down, and if you interrupt your voiding animation with the pause, you get set back to that set point. But on some maps, there's the default location if you didn't set a point, and so he'll be pausing on the frame where he would void out, and that teleports him to that default location for some reason, which skips like 1.5 minutes of gameplay and cutscenes. So he's just gonna teleport to the south for some reason. We don't really know why that happens. On like 2 maps it happens. On the other maps you just spawn back at the top, or where you set the point by dropping down
Yeah, and
normally.
this one is really nice because you can buffer the menu input. So if you pause while falling, you are always gonna get it.
Yeah.
But if you fall without pausing, you can't try the skip again, and you lose the 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Now another trigger interrupt with just pausing is coming up, but also just one time, and he got it, I think. No, he didn't.
No,
Never mind.
that was a bit too early. This would have enabled me to move in this cutscene, so a small time save.
Oh, okay. This skip is also interesting. Usually you don't have control after voiding out, but if you pick up an item that gives a pop-up, then close that pop-up and cast a spell for a short amount of time, you gain back control in for a split sec earlier, which makes you also not have collision for a few seconds, which is useful because you can just go to the left and up, or not.
Of course, I miss it in.
He would have gone through that gate, not gates, through the fence, and that would have skipped what he has to do now, which is basically save that girl that was screaming for help.
Yes.
Which also would have saved time because he didn't have to go to the village.
Those are actually the enemies that I have to kill.
So it saves quite a lot of time, but he didn't get it, so that was very unfortunate. Now he has to do the walk of shame. That's what we call it.
The walk of shame.
Oh, she's still screaming for help for some reason.
That's interesting.
She's still screaming for help. Sure. She's... Of course. But yeah, now he has to get her husband to actually get to fix that card. And then we can actually continue normally. And you can't just reload because it saves the moment you pick up that flower, so you only have one try again. Which makes for a very fun speedrun in any percent. If you have to reset for 3 tricks that you can only get one time, that save a lot of time each.
This setup was also like the considered the easier one because I did the cryo platform and waited for it to despawn. You can also pick it up while walking into the water, which not always works. So
what he failed there was having the spell up for too long, so he couldn't walk far enough and regain collision.
Exactly. This trick has a bad record in Marathon.
Yeah. After it was found, it was failed on both marathons. Yay.
Yes.
It's fine.
Oh, I didn't even
yeah, this one is... The next one is more important.
Don't even know where it was anymore. Like here?
No. Ah, yeah, I could have shown it to you like this.
Ah, okay. But yeah, we would have ended up here.
I literally used the mouse and just shown it there. And she got it, so...
Nice.
Oh yeah, a mini boss fight is coming up to introduce boss mechanics. And this boss fight is funny if he gets the right strat. I'm not gonna say anything. I hope you get it.
Well, I got it pretty consistent in practice. I need some help though.
You should break all 3 barrels.
Yeah.
Just to make sure. Oh
that's,
yeah, full
that's
health.
good. That's not usually the case.
Oh yeah, drops of objects are RNG, so yeah.
But it usually favors the one you're missing. Like if you're missing mana, you will usually get that, but
or
it's
you can
not
get unlucky
guaranteed.
and get nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't get the strat. You can...
I can still go for it.
yeah.
No, okay, I can't.
There's a strat where you can literally just hug this guy and he can't hit you, but there's a specific position you have to be in, and then you can stay in front of him and he's not able to hit you.
Oh!
Which makes that fight very fast, but...
Don't actually want to die here.
And now we get the move rune, which is pretty self-explanatory. If you put that in your book on your spells, they move. So now we have a moving fireball and moving ice platforms, and we can move ourselves.
I should have checked the sensitivity before.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, most menus are
Faster.
faster with mouse and keyboard.
Because you can just right click and it auto connects to one place. And you can move to the room faster with the mouse.
Like this was still faster than with keyboard with controller.
Now we just void out a location we are never supposed to drop down to, and that skips an entire area into a boss fight. Like you're never supposed to drop down into the river there.
Oh.
And for some reason there's still a voiding zone and not just out of bounds, so you just spawn on the other side of the river, which is on the other side of the same map, which is very convenient because now we can just go past this whole area. And
Yeah,
we
this
never
saves like
see
5 minutes.
We never save these woods from like the I don't know, sunset? No, not sunset, from the eclipse. It's just oh well. This seems like not like good place, like this instance, but it has a nice rune which is the time, which increases our distance of dashes and makes them slightly faster. So that's the only reason we enter this instance.
Yeah, also with mouse and keyboard, with the mouse you can like aim more precise. That's why I'm aimed with that.
Having this rune on costs more mana, but in the end it's still faster to get it and use it and for dashing. I think it's only like a few seconds faster than any percent at this point, but it's still faster.
Yes. It obviously saves way more time in 100% when you have to get it like
15 minutes in. No, 10 minutes in, yeah.
well, you have to get it for completion too. So.
Oh yeah. Also, we make the game lag by changing the quality, which lets us skip triggers.
Yeah,
One of them
we're
being
past
void
this now.
triggers, so we can void out later. Because this game has like several voids on most maps. So we hit allow once, so we get further on a map. We only use it once in here.
Yeah, what you just saw there was a spell redirect. Maybe you want to explain that?
You basically cast your spell from your back, like you turn around at the specific time, so it's just backwards and the angle is better. But you can only do it at places. Oh, okay, this one is great. So he teleported to an area he was never supposed to be able to teleport to with that teleporter. There's only like 3 places you're able to teleport to, but if you just open the normal map after you choose a location, you can choose any location on the map and it teleports you to that, which is a huge oversight by the devs actually, but that makes us get everywhere. And we can also leave into the main menu, which makes us able to dupe everything, including us, which is useful, which you could just see here, because if we had second Zia, which is the main character's name, we can go through walls after voiding out every time. So that's how he got to this after the boss fight and finished this area, but he failed the cutscene skip, so we have this cutscene twice, because as I said, you can dupe everything, including yourself.
Also the sage that gives you the earth element, which we need to complete the game.
Well,
And
in our way, we
yes,
don't really complete it, but sure,
there are
we
4
complete it.
and we are getting 2.
Now he's gonna do the same thing and teleport to another location that you're not supposed to. You can only go to the ones with like those, I don't know, I can't really show, I guess, like with, what do you call them? With those arrows in the corners. Those are the locations you can usually go to on the map, but because we can just open the map, we can go anywhere.
Yes, and here we used that same glitch we we used to duplicate ourselves to skip the intro cutscene of this area.
Oh yeah, you only get dupes if you. It depends on the timing when you load in the first loading screen. And if you load it in early, you just skip the intro cutscene, but don't duplicate anything, which is useful here. Here you just casually can go out of bounds by placing a platform properly, and then you can hit the lava that is in the boss room from out of bounds, which spawns you after the boss, because they, I guess, assumed, yeah, you are past the boss, so just you're past the boss. Which makes us skip everything in this area, and this is the second element we got, and that's it.
That's also the last element, yes.
And we get this to get another rune we need to finish the final area, and to actually be able to kill the boss somewhat fast.
Yeah.
Without it, the boss would take forever.
As you can see in the save corruption
Run.
run.
Yeah, there's like some form of save corruption you can do. I can't explain it because I never did it, but that run just basically goes from picking up the book to the end, so you only have that melee spell, which makes it so you fight the boss for 8 minutes, which is, and the other 2 minutes are 1.5 minutes of cutscenes, 30 seconds of walking, and then fighting the boss for 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is why it's pretty much a meme category at this point.
Yeah, this is considered the real any percent.
This time he doesn't interrupt the trigger, he delays one, so he can dash out again and hit the water that you could see earlier, because the interior is behind this wall to the left out of bounds of the tent, so he just spawns to the closest safe location once you dropped into the water, which you couldn't see because it was just turned black, but yeah. This is a very scary area because enemies deal a lot of damage, and
usually you die after picking up the rune.
Yeah, this loses a lot of time if you die before picking up the rune.
Yes, so we have to go there again.
Yeah. But at least now you have almost full health, so you shouldn't die, hopefully.
That's
right?
true. I hope I can pull it off.
No, this guy is not in a good place. You cannot, you cannot use the teleporter while an enemy is standing on top of it for some reason.
I don't know why I'm even wrong warping, because by wrong warping we already unlocked this area.
Oh yeah, right, yeah, because that's an actual teleporter that you can just use normally, the intended way.
I don't need this. This was actually
and he
really
has to
close.
pause to get his camera movement back, otherwise the camera is just gonna be stuck in after the warp. So yeah, if you unpause and unpause, you just get control back of your camera, which is obviously useful. Although you could probably make this blind, but good luck. Oh yeah, now he has enough health to just get back to the teleporter. And now we are just gonna enter the final area by duplicating ourselves again. But beforehand he has to make a spell which enables us to finish this. Duping ourselves now is also useful because we can gain control in places we shouldn't be able to have control of the character, which you will see soon. Like, first of all, he's gonna make first Zia move into this corner, and then he's gonna clip her with our new spell. And she can trigger stuff, and now he gained control here, although he shouldn't be able to. But because we're second Zia, we can. And can skip the cutscene of the first fight. And that cutscene is like 30 seconds long, so it's very nice that we can do that. And he's gonna quit out, so he gets rid of double Zia.
Yes, if you would actually continue to the last boss, you would soft lock.
You could do the first phase and then it would soft lock. But we don't want that. But yeah, that the rune that you got last is the one. It's called size, and it makes spells bigger. And if you combine it with an earth platform spell and makes those blocks, and those blocks can push you through walls, as you can see.
Also, with the turn casting we mentioned earlier, we actually knew this pretty early on, but thought it was impossible to perform.
Consistently,
Yeah.
at least. But then someone, Turoth King, figured out that you can do it consistently by casting and turning at a specific time, which always pushes, or like almost always pushes you. So now it's very consistent. We can just go through all these areas. These are supposed to be like fighting arenas, and they are very terrible and long. So it's nice that we can just skip them.
Sometimes they don't behave that, but this was fun.
And this is the last one, and then we just fight the final boss, and we are done. Oh, come on. There we go.
Nice. So for the last
Please show off
boss,
the bottom right pot, just for fun.
yeah, like you want to get health? No.
This one just drops down for some reason. We don't know why. It just has no collision. It's the only pot in this place. I think it also in the first room it's the same one that just drops down. Because they just copied the first room as well.
So for this boss we have a manipulation. We just move in circles around him until he throws a rock. And then we use the fire spell.
The fire platform spell basically.
Yeah.
Which just is a fire trail that continuously does damage. He has way more attacks, but if you circle around him in this specific spot and wait for those two spells, he will never do anything else.
Also,
which makes this fight very boring, but fast.
Yes. Also, the ground starts
Yeah, the ground starts
disappearing
collapsing,
now.
yeah, and if he does other things, one of them being dashing away, he can be above one of those holes, which makes it so you cannot hit him with your fire trail. And we don't have any other spell that deals continuous damage, so if that would happen, this fight can go very wrong.
Yes.
But it shouldn't go wrong, so as long as he just circles around properly and doesn't go too close.
And we get full health here to make this fight safer. You can do it with less, but yeah, that's too risky for a marathon.
If you kill him fast enough, sometimes it just takes like a second to understand, oh wait, I should be up in the air to do my weird puzzle.
Yeah, so if you couldn't tell, this is the gimmick of the boss. Every quarter of his health, you have to solve one of the puzzles.
And it's unskippable. So
Yes.
we have to go through all 4 phases in every single category.
Actually, if you collect like a bit more items, there are also like runes. There are also some that require you to do puzzles, but we never do those in any %, only in 100%. But even those you can mostly clip through.
Yeah, like halfway into the run, you can basically clip through every one.
So yeah, this was like almost it. Time is coming up soon after the cutscene. Usually you have to press the lever here after the cutscene, but we allow just quitting out because what follows is a 5-minute credits without...
Actually more than 5, it's almost 10 minutes of credits that are not skippable.
And it's really tedious, and we go by in-game time, so...
We don't want to go through 10 minutes of credits to just see our in-game time, so we just allow to stop the time before the last actual input, which should never take long.
Time.
So time, yeah, right.
Sorry. So, 21:26.
Way better than my run at Speedrun, so...
Well, it improved a bit.
Yeah, but not that much, but still.
Yeah,
way better
that's
than
like
my run.
almost all the time losses, the death and the flower failure.
It's actually all the time loss, pretty much. For a marathon, this was very, very nice, yeah.
Yeah, so I think
The incentive got met, right?
Yes.
For the glitch exhibition? Yeah. All right.
Cool. So thank you for donating for that. I have some saves prepared for this. We are going to start off with this one.
It's funny.
So just replacing it, and this doesn't update.
But the file is replaced, so it should
Yeah.
load us into the right area, hopefully. If it doesn't,
So
something's wrong.
do we have a timer for this, or do I just go?
Just go.
Okay. So yeah, I actually
Just
need to-
show it. Don't say anything. Just show it. Where are you
Yeah.
going?
The first one actually, you were seeing what I did with the flower in the run, and you can actually do that differently too. Like, can you come, please? Thanks.
Oh. yes.
There's an item called an Scarab that you can just buy for 50 green soul beads, and it also.
It revives you and also gives you air walking for some reason.
And you don't even have to do anything for that.
It just gives you air walking for a few seconds. We don't know. It's just there.
And the next one, oh,
That was not how you
I'm
do
gonna
that.
first drop down for some reason.
Oh, you're getting hit by these goblins.
Can you? I think. Can it work?
No.
Please? No. I think. Okay, this should be fine. Sometimes takes a bit.
Why is it not working? Hello?
Okay.
This spear is special.
Yes.
In a way. If it works, you'll see what's happening. Come on.
Can it please?
Maybe it's not today. Come on.
They patched it. We actually play on a down-patched version.
Oh yeah, because of the pause buffering. You can do it without down patching, but it's way harder. Because you have to spam 2 buttons and it... Oh, there. You can
there.
just zip somewhere with the spear sometimes. It only works on the spear and it can go in any direction.
Yeah, it is like the direction you're facing.
Is it? I never tried
Yes,
it more than once, so I don't know.
I tried it actually this morning. So I think this is a good next one.
But yeah, we were talking about the down patching. On down patching, you just have to hold the one key for the menu to open and just spam the other key and it will reopen the menu frame perfectly.
So this is an area we completely skipped, usually mandatory. And these are stairs, but there's an elevator right here.
There's
and
just
you
a hole
can
in the
take it up again. And
hole there. We never noticed it because we never just run through there and dash. But I, for some reason, just once went down there and noticed, wait, I'm just going downwards slowly, and just stood still and suddenly dropped into the ground.
So the next one is you can actually carry these runes through other inputs. Like I just placed this here.
But it's not connected.
But it's not connected. It's just
visually.
visually standing anywhere. So
it's
you
just a visual glitch.
You can get it again, but then if you drop it off somewhere, it disappears. So yeah, that's this one.
I think we should just...
I think the next one is this.
Yeah, ever wanted to play blindfolded but not actually be blindfolded? You can do this in this game. Hopefully you can get it the first try.
Yeah, it's actually not that easy.
Yeah, this takes a while,
off.
but once he gets it, if you want to play blindfolded without having to use the blindfold, this is the game just for you.
So we are using this
texture lagging and dashing to bypass triggers to get to to the last trigger possible. This might take a while. Oh. One more should be fine. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Nice. So I died.
We have two menus now, the dying menu and the actual menu. But if you continue now, and you respawn without any textures, so you can play
It
this
is
map
actually
blindfolded.
the area we are in. Like you
Yeah.
can talk to stuff and
But
play
you don't see
blindfolded.
anything. But once you leave the area, this effect is gone. But yeah, you can technically do one area at a time blindfolded if you wanted to, without having an actual blindfold.
Yeah. So the next one I think is this.
Okay. You have to explain this on your own, because I don't know how this works.
Yes, I actually found this quite early because well, it can happen to you casually. So what we are doing is we are queuing up a pop-up menu like this one, but actually pause and exit to main menu. And so now we have like our health bar and mana in the main menu, and yeah, if we were to re-enter the save, like all loading zones are gone. But if we now exit to main menu in the main menu, we. All right. Why didn't
The
that work?
text should appear for this area, because
Yeah.
the actual main menu is a map on the map, but it doesn't show, and it has a funny text that actually is in game, but it doesn't show for some reason.
Yes, like this worked just before the run. Weird, but I'm not going to do this again, but another one. But you actually need to close the game because.
Oh yeah, you cannot uncorrupt your save without closing
Yes.
and reloading the game.
So we are just going to start the game for one last glitch. We're going to show. I should have reloaded the save earlier.
That's okay.
So this one.
Oh, this. Yeah.
For centuries.
So
This one also takes a while to set up, so we need like a minute, I think, around a minute and a half, right?
yeah, that's about right. There's a rune in this game that's called homing, and you actually attract items this way.
Actually, not all of the items. There's like
Yeah.
only two of these purple orbs that you can attract, I think, or three, not sure.
Yeah, 2 or
And
3, that's about
You
right.
can attract actually every barrel that's breakable though, besides some specific exploding ones. But yeah, this orb is attractable.
This is
homing.
like used in casual play to increase your mana and health. And it also gives a pop-up when you
Animation.
collect it.
But you can do funny things with pop-up animations, as you have already seen in the run. Or well, you haven't seen it really, but yeah, you can do funny things with pop-ups and interrupting them in ways.
Change the spell real quick.
Do
Actually, yeah, okay. This is fine. So we are just going to do this puzzle again. You saw that in the run. And
grabbing this before pop-ups comes up, and now we
And-
can walk while in a cutscene. And if you're in a cutscene and walking, you don't lose height. So
yeah, we go up here and down
we
and
can
now.
fly, but we cannot interrupt this. And we can go anywhere we want on this map at this point.
Yes. Actually, right here is a funny spot.
Oh, yeah, right. This
And
is
now we're
basically
here.
this was basically a void warp, but without actually.
Yeah, and the load zone is gone. You can go anywhere.
It's not gone. You're just too high. You go down here, so you just. miss
I
it.
don't think you can actually trigger them.
No, you can't. But you're also just too high for this
Yeah,
one.
probably. Also, like, there's another void. But yeah, you also can't get out of this state anymore.
Oh, yeah.
And
This is why we just showed here, because you cannot use this anywhere. Otherwise, it might
Genau.
have become useful.
have to alter for the game. But yeah, I
That
think
was it, right?
yeah, that's it for the glitch exhibition. And thanks for Drunkenshoe for commentating, because this game is actually quite difficult to play and commentate at the
Yeah.
same time.
Yes, I can. Yes, it is. Very.
And if you want to start to run this game, as you've seen, this game is short. Just come say hi.
in
We have
our
a Discord.
or add us in on Discord and just DM us. And
Yes.
we are fine with this. So yeah, if anyone wants to learn this, just ask.
Yeah. So
Also, if you want to learn it here, just ask one of us and we'll teach it here.
Drunkenshoe already taught
I
it.
taught one person, yeah.
So yeah, this is it. Thanks for having us, ESA.
Thank you.